Good morning. 5 a.m. Friday. We're getting our day started, baby. Today I'm gonna take you guys through my health routine for consistent energy. Let's freaking get it. All right, I kind of have to whisper because Caitlin's still asleep, but first things first, I gotta inject myself with my peptides. So for about 2 months, I've been doing trizepatide, and that's for weight loss. And now I'm doing tesamorelin, and this is a fat burner. I definitely have lost a lot of weight since starting this stuff. If you're scared of needles, close your eyes. All right, water. I drink water before coffee. I delay the coffee in the morning, and this is 32 ounces of water. It's double filtered as well, so filtered through our system, but then I put it through the Brita filter like you guys just saw. This is a huge key for my energy. 32 ounces of water to start the day, but then I probably drink about 6 of these a day. So we're in the middle of my personal development routine right now, and this is a practice that I do in the morning. Now, the old me would have woke up, grabbed coffee, opened this laptop, and just start banging out work. And what I noticed is that would drive my cortisol through the roof. I would be anxious all day, stressed all day, and I wouldn't have the most optimal day energy-wise, and I wouldn't have the most optimal day work-wise because I'm in a chaotic state. This is crazy to say. I actually don't open my laptop until about 8:30, 9 a.m. now. And I used to open this thing at 5 a.m. But guess what? I'm still getting just as much work in a shorter amount of time because I've primed my mind and primed my body to be focused and ready to go.
All right, welcome all you beautiful people to this 10-minute rhythmic breathing routine. It's very simple. We're gonna breathe into the nose and hold. Yeah. We'll let it out in 3, 2, 1. And relax. Think this worry and stress. Become aware of these good vibrations. It's tingling which may be feeling throughout your body. And 3, 2, 1. 30 more seconds. Beautiful work. Allow your breathing to return to its normal rhythm. In and out through the nose. Just become aware.
All right, we've gotten all that done, and it's 6:30 in the morning. Most people are still sleeping. We've already primed our body, and now Caitlin and I are going to a yoga class. So Friday mornings I've been doing yoga. Saturdays are my really long runs for marathon training, and then Thursday I do legs. So this is like my active recovery. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to film in the yoga class. We have been told that we're not allowed to film there, unfortunately, so I can't bring you guys with me. But when we get back, we will continue with this vlog, and I'll be showing you guys all my different weird quirks and energy routines to make sure that I'm most optimized for business performance and life performance. All right, gang, it's breakfast time. We're back from yoga. Got the endorphin rush going right now from the early morning workout, and breakfast. This is a huge part of maintaining my high energy. So I used to have a lot of heavy carbs in the morning, and I would crash and I would be really tired. I'd be like, what the hell's going on? Switched up my breakfast, high protein, high fat, 0 carb, and I feel significantly better. Stable energy, no crash, and I feel like I'm rocking and rolling. And lately I've been adding a little twist. I don't know if this does anything, to be honest. You know, we always hear that people in Italy drink a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil a day and they live forever. So I said, fuck it, I will do that too. And I also really like the taste of olive oil. Tell them what you changed in your breakfast and why you feel more energized now.
I used to have like a ton of carbs with my first meal of the day, and I would feel really tired by like 11, 12. So, well, I've always had higher fats for breakfast and protein, but I've kind of like minimized the amount of carbs that I'm having with breakfast now, and I feel so much better. So yeah, high protein, high fat, and moderate carb. Usually I'll go for like a fruit or something, and I like to leave, I don't track macros, but I like to leave what I think would be the rest of my carbs for like lunch and dinner and snacks.
Literally, I just told him the same exact thing. And that's a huge key, I feel like.
I feel so much better
Yeah.
just not having like a shit ton of carbs in the morning.
I agree.
And then there's this one. Give me all the carbs. I don't give a shit. Look at me. I'm a pig in a trough. Yum, 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 yum.
All right, now we have our coffee. So as you can see, I delay the fuck out of this. This definitely never used to be me, but this is definitely the new version of me. So this is actually on the walk back from yoga, Caitlin and I got Desnudo coffee. Caitlin says this is her favorite coffee in Austin. They ship the coffee in from Colombia, which is pretty crazy. And this is a, oh man, brown sugar miso coffee. I've already taken a sip, and then I said, you know what, I want to save this for work, so I saved it, but here we go. Yeah, giving it a grade, I give it a 7.9. I'd say it's teetering between, yeah, it's really solid to great. I would say it's a 7.9. All right, lunchtime. So with lunch, it's very similar to breakfast. Anytime I've had a high amount of carbohydrates for lunch, my energy crashes. And then like the 3-4 o'clock hour, it's really hard for me to like focus and pay attention to work. So what we do instead for lunch is we're gonna have beef. So this is going to be high protein, high fat. And then also we have butternut squash in the oven. But the whole entire bag of butternut squash is like 150 calories. So it is not high carb. It's got fiber, right? So it's a more of a complex carb. It's not gonna spike your blood sugar and then crash. It's gonna be more stable and steady. So let's get to it.
Hello there. Good day and happy Friday. It's my favorite day of the week. Love the weekends. I get to go out and about and see things and see people, and people see me. So it's a good time to be a puppy.
All right, babe, your turn. So last time, filling people in, last time you gave them an update. You were pushing through. I think you
Yep.
signed with the original management team.
Yep.
Now where are you at?
Now I've actually signed with a different management team, and it's been awesome. And I feel like I'm connecting with really awesome other women in the Austin area, and this just feels like a much better fit.
And
collectively.
you've gotten your first couple paid brand deals.
Yes, some bigger brand deals happening.
High five. Let's tell them some of the free stuff
Very
you've
grateful.
gotten.
With $600 worth of steaks.
$600 worth of steaks,
Are you talking about
free.
recently?
Just in general, free carpets, $800 purse for free. $600 purse for free.
Lots of food. Yeah, I feel very
Oh,
grateful.
stays, like hotel stays. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff. I like it. All right, 230 pounds. When I started my weight loss journey, I was 239.3. So we're pretty much down 10 pounds, almost 10 pounds here. But I would say I look significantly leaner. I would say I probably have another 10 pounds to lose. But this vlog is about how do I optimize my energy, okay? So we're about to do a cold plunge. All right, old me used to bang back like 3 cups of coffee a day. New me, 1 cup of coffee a day. In my cup of coffee number 2 replacement is the cold plunge. All right, if you don't already know, the cold plunge releases more dopamine than crack cocaine over the long haul. So your peak of dopamine release from a cold plunge is 2 hours post the cold plunge. Right, for alcohol, for cocaine, your peak of dopamine release is 15 minutes after your hit, right? So not only do you get the dopamine rush, but it's sustained and it's not this big spike and this big crash. So this has been huge, this has been monumental, and this has been a fucking game changer. Now, I did just realize that I did this backwards. Typically, after lunch, I will go for a walk and then do the cold plunge. Because what I've noticed is if I do the cold plunge, then go for the walk, by the time I'm back from the walk, my energy dips a little bit from the cold plunge. So usually I do walk first, then cold plunge, but I kind of fucked up today. But if I'm trying to be most optimal, I do walk first, then cold plunge. All right, I have to get naked. All right, y'all, so we are on our walk. We walk around the neighborhoods behind my apartment complex. It's like my new favorite thing to do. It's quiet, it's relaxed. And also, living in a city, you don't often get the neighborhood vibe, and it's very, very cute. So we're gonna get it, we're gonna walk. Walk complete, listen to a podcast while I walked as well. So you're walking around right? You got this thing, you got this thing, you got this big ass camera. I'm gonna, be honest with you guys, it's a little intimidating, right? It's intimidating to walk around like a big city and there's people walking. And I'm gonna be honest, I had a lot of thoughts going through my mind. I'm like, the one that kept coming to my mind is like, do people think I'm holding a gun right now? Because like, it could be misinterpreted that I'm holding a weapon, I'm holding a gun. I'm also wearing a camo shirt, so it's like, what the fuck are people thinking that I'm doing here? But like, people do look, right? Like, even when I walked back into my building, I was in the elevator with somebody, I could tell that they were nervous and they were like looking down at my camera. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of like, it's not normal yet to walk around filming. And I think there will come a day where you just walk outside and you just see people vlogging, you just see people with their cameras, like creating content. But yeah, definitely something I'm working on.
You wanna come out? Oh, baby girl, I love you. What the fuck does my dad do all day? What is he doing? Why is he talking and holding this thing? We could just sleep. We could just relax. We could do that. It's better. It's better, Dad, I promise you.
Welcome into today's vlog, Chandler Molyneux Vlogs, where, yeah, I'm documenting my life. I have big goals, big dreams, big aspirations. I'm an entrepreneur. I want to document the good, the bad, the ugly, and selfishly, I'm doing these vlogs for my 80-year-old self and for my future kids. I want them to see the journey. I want to, be in my 80s and watch these videos back and see all that I've created and all that I've accomplished and all that I've gotten through, and I want my kids to watch that selfishly as well. But today, we're talking about optimizing energy. Now, I feel qualified to talk about this because I am a former stimulant abuser. We'll get into that in a second, but I feel I've overcome the need and desire and quite honestly addiction to stimulants and have found more natural ways of sustaining my energy. And the cool thing about it is when you're addicted to stimulants, you're on a roller coaster ride. You have your ups, and the ups are fucking awesome. And the ups are fun, and that's why we get addicted to these stimulants. But then we have our crashes, right? And the crashes, depending on the stimulants that you're using, can cause you to doubt yourself, depression, anger, numbness, all sorts of feelings that we truly don't want to feel. And now that I feel that I've found more of these home remedies, I feel pretty stable day in, day out. Sure, I have a cup of coffee, I get up, right? But I would say more or less I have a nice stable energy. And I think at the end of the day, that's we desire that more than the peaks and the valleys. So excited to get into this vlog and show you all that I have learned and all that I've built into my routine. But can't do that without talking about the bad, right? So I want to break down my addiction to stimulants. I would say my addiction to stimulants really started in 2020. 2020 is when MLCA was taking off. We did our first million that year. That was our first year in business, and we did 7 figures. I was 24 years old, and that's when I became a millionaire. Was at 24 years old, and this is where my stimulant addiction, I would say, really started. It really started to form. I would drink coffee, which is totally fine and normal, but prior to sales calls, I would take dry scoops of pre-workout. So I would bang back, two scoops of pre-workout, dry scoop, just to work, right? On top of having coffee, right? And then, as I progressed there, I started getting into party drugs, and I'll be open and honest about that. I'm completely clean and sober now. I have no interest in partying, no interest in drugs. Honestly, don't even really drink that much alcohol anymore. For the next 90 days, I'll be alcohol free. So completely on the other side of that. So I feel like I can talk about this openly. But when I was younger, 24, 25, 26, I would say I really stopped doing drugs like 27, 28. It started dwindling down. And now at 29, I don't do any drugs. But that kind of turned into party drugs, right? So I was doing, pre-workout coffee, and I never did party drugs for work, but I would do party drugs on the weekend, and not every weekend, but just being honest, cocaine, Molly, right? More of the stimulant type party drugs. Now, thankfully, I never brought those bad habits into my work career. I never would blow lines before work. I would never do Molly before work. This was all more just like passive and partying. And then I would say in 2022, 2023, Caitlin got prescribed Adderall for ADHD, ADD. I don't know which one she has, but she truly actually has this, I don't like saying the word condition, but she has symptoms of those ADHD and ADD and ADHD.
And of course, you know, I'm intrigued and interested, and I take Adderall for the first time, and holy shit, I'm the most productive person in the world. This is amazing, right? And next thing you know, I'm taking more of Caitlin's Adderall pills than she's taking. She decides I actually don't even like these, and I form a Adderall addiction. Caitlin stopped getting the subscription. I started buying Adderall more or less, illegally, I guess you could say, because I didn't have a prescription. I was buying it from a person who sold Adderall. I was buying 30 milligram pills. So the milligram of one singular pill was 30 milligrams. And I worked my tolerance and addiction up to doing 60 milligrams of Adderall a day. I formed some form of a heart murmur. My heart was irregular, and I said, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. So I stopped doing Adderall, but still was pretty addicted to stimulants. But it just went down to coffee at that point. I was probably doing like 600 to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, which is absolutely ridiculous. Came to the conclusion that that's not healthy, that's not safe for me. And now I do 1, sometimes maybe 2 cups of coffee a day. And I'm not reliant on stimulants to get me through the day, to numb myself, I guess, more or less. And I guess get through the day and get shit done. I'm not as reliant on it to be productive. And I've really found these more stable and consistent forms of being energized. So being very vulnerable, as that's what you get on these vlogs, is I'm very vulnerable and I'm very willing to be open and share. Reason being is I feel truly that is how you help somebody. So that is a little bit about my past, my former addiction to stimulants, and I'm excited to show you guys all the new stuff that I've been doing to still stay on top of my game, to be optimized, to be productive, and also to be fulfilled and happy. I'm a lot happier with these forms of energy than the previous ones. Like I said, you have the high highs, which are awesome and fun, but you also have the low lows that follow. And anybody that tries to tell you otherwise, because I know there's a lot of people out there that'll be like, you know, man, this is just the way to do it, right? You just gotta keep banging Adderall, this is the way to do it, this is what all the high performers do. They're fucking lying, and they're lying to themselves, and they're not telling you the truth either. So enjoy the vlog, appreciate you guys. All right, got a good bit of work done. Want to give you guys a quick little work update. So as you guys know, I'm building a brand new program, brand new company. It's called Act First Closing Academy. It's focused on helping high ticket closers, coaches, so solopreneur coaches and coaching companies improve their sales, master their sales. Now, I don't want to talk about lead generation. I don't want to talk about marketing. I really want to talk about personal development, leadership, and closing, and all things wrapped in closing, right? Obviously, you know, prospecting will be a part of it, right? Follow-ups will be a part of it, right? There's the other elements. It's not just going to be what you do on a sales call, but a large part, it's going to be what you do on a sales call. So currently, what I'm doing is this week was about finalizing the offer. I have the offer completely finalized, and now I'm actually starting to build this thing out. So building out modules, filming module videos, and I would say we're looking at probably a March to April start date here. So that's a quick work update for you guys. All right, couple more keys in terms of energy. So as you guys see, I wake up early, wake up at like 5:30, and that's really consistent. Even through the weekends, that is consistent. So a couple of things there. Bedtimes are really important. Caitlin and I, we're lights out. We're getting into bed around 9. We're lights out at 9:30. I fall asleep within literally seconds. That helps me wake up early. So consistent bedtimes, consistent waking up really helps with my energy. I also do blue light blockers. So once it rolls around like 7:30, 8, I have blue light blockers on, you know, to help with the wind down. Like I said, I fall asleep within seconds. I can't attribute it to blue blockers. I've always fallen asleep within seconds. It's just kind of how I've operated. And then the last thing that's really helps my energy, especially as of late, like I told you guys earlier, I'm doing 90 days no drinking. And when I don't drink, and I mean, this goes without saying, my energy is great. Like even if I do like 2 drinks, even 1 drink, I can feel it. I can feel, and especially if you're like a high performer, like you're somebody who really focuses on your output, your performance, how you feel, right? Your energy, right? Like you know when you're at 100%, 95%, 90%, 85%, 80%, you know every 5% increment on your energy levels and your performance. And even 1 drink can take me from 100% to 85% the next day, or 90%. 2 drinks, I'm definitely dropping down to at least 75, 80% the next day. And when you're a high achiever, you just can't have that. So that's my day in a nutshell. Those are all the weird, quirky things I do to optimize my health, to optimize my energy, to be performing at high levels. If you guys enjoyed this, you want more vlogs like this, hit the subscribe button, leave a little comment, little thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.